What's up, YouTube? I know some of y'all been waiting on me to come in with a verdict on these four headphones. We got the Sony XB950BTs, we got the UFOs, we got the UFO Pro / Pluses, and we got the Bluedio Victories. Now, we're just gonna get right into this thing. If you want details about these headphones, just go to the reviews. I reviewed all four of them individually. I'm just gonna go into a couple of things I liked and didn't like. All right, starting off with the XB950s. So these pack a lot of bass. I've had these headphones for 2 years and they pack a lot of bass. The thing that I was missing was the highs. I actually do like the build quality in them. Very, very simple design, very, very quiet handling headphones. You'll see why I said that in just a moment. But to pick them up, you don't hear any noise. They have NFC right here, super, super comfortable, and look good on the head, with the exception of the Princess Leia little buns right here. So that's my perception on these headphones. Great quality. I don't think they get as loud as I would like though, as far as volume. So I feel like I was missing highs and I felt like I was missing volume. Everything else was okay. Oh yeah, one more thing. As far as portability, this is how they transport it. You just turn the ear cups to the side and that's all you get. They do not come with a traveling case, which I was kind of upset about that. For the price point, I think they should come with a price. For the price point, I feel like they should come with a case. Being that a lot of other headphones, they at least come with a pouch at that price point. But other than that, man, these been solid headphones. I've abused the crap out of them for the last 2 years, and they stood up, and they still bang my eardrum. So of course I'm keeping them. All right, let's move on. Now the UFOs. First thing you'll notice when you pick up these headphones is build quality. When I say build quality, they do have a little bit more weight and there is metal here. There's metal design, these plastic ear cups. Like I said, the first thing you notice is the noise. I do not like that noise. These are a lot more transportable, being that they fold up, and they do come with a pretty nice carrying case. There's no NFC, and as far as branding and stuff like that and the way they look, I think they actually look pretty good on the head. They're actually very comfortable. I'm not gonna say they're more comfortable than the 950BTs, but maybe slightly more. These ear cups feel real good on my head, man. And they don't look bad either. I actually like the way they look on your head. But that clanking noise, you don't hear it when it's on your head. It doesn't move around when it's on your head. But just in transport, I don't like it. I also am not really a fan of the collapsible ear cups. Simply because in handling, they just kind of, they're pretty sturdy, but yeah, I mean, y'all see what's happening here. Y'all hear the noise and then y'all see the easy collapse. And when I have something in my hand, I want it to be structural. I want it to stay put. And that's just my personal preference. Another thing I did not like is your control panels. Once again, it does not have NFC. All your controlling is done on this side. You got your forward track, back track, and up and down button, and your centralized multi-function button. But I don't like the clickiness right here. I think it could have been a little quieter. I'm just kind of a stickler when it comes to excess noise, man. That's just me and my personal preference. And I don't like the fact that it actually has the printed function on the button. I think they could have done a better job with just taking it off of there and making the buttons a little more quiet. Now this multi-function button right here, it works fine, but at night, I listen to my headphones quite a bit at night in the bed, and there's a big flashing light coming from here, and it kind of lights up the whole side of the room. Definitely an annoyance. So as far as everything outside of sound, that's what I didn't like. I do appreciate the design though. I mean, this is a great design headphone. As far as sound though, these absolutely blow the XB950s out of the water when it comes to clarity, okay? Because it does have 8 drivers. That's literally 6 more drivers. And I think that the subwoofers, I'm gonna call them subwoofers, I think the big drivers are actually bigger than they are in the XB950s. But in bass, if you're just looking for some solid bass and then you want bass boost, go for the 950s. These are better all around. They do pack a lot of bass and some punchy, responsive bass, very comfortable. But they have more clarity in the mids and highs. These are all about bass. Okay, so as far as which one I would pick out of these two, this is a tough one. So we got the regular UFOs and we got the XB950s. This is a very, very tough one. Which one would I pick? In my experience, I would actually pick the XB950 simply because of the design. I mean, I like the design of both, but I like the design of this one a little bit better. And I like the quiet I don't like that noise. It doesn't disturb me at night. Real solid sound coming out of these things, and you have NFC. Now the fact that you can't transport them as well and stuff like that, you know, that's hit or miss. I lived with it for 2 years, but yeah, I would definitely pick these over the plain UFOs. All right, so that's the winner here. I'm gonna go ahead and put these on my neck. Now, I've had a lot of people ask me about the Bluedio UFO Pros and to compare them to the XB950s, because these are bass-oriented headphones. So are these. So this is a more direct competition right here. However, the XB950s get clearly blown out of water in the case of clear, simply because this has 12 drivers in it. These can isolate sound in ways that this won't even dream of right here. You got 2 drivers versus 12. You got 2 dedicated subwoofers over here, and then you got 10 extra speakers just for mids and highs. That's crazy. And in here you got 2 main drivers doing all the work. So it's really not even a fair competition. Let's talk about build quality though. So in build quality, these are quite a bit heavier with that all metal design. They actually did clean up the control panel here. It's the same tactile experience. Everything's still the same. However, you do have that center ring right there, which I still don't appreciate even in this model. The ear cups have changed though. They're not oval shaped anymore, they're round. And right off the bat, they're pretty uncomfortable. You definitely have to break these in, and the clamping force on these things is pretty strong. So you have to kind of break these in and wear them in a little bit. I really don't like the way they sit on my head as far as looks. Get that right. Yeah, I really don't like the way they sit on my head because there's just too much space right here, and it's almost like a square. So it just doesn't look good to me. So these are definitely headphones that you would want to wear in the house, not out in public, in my opinion anyways. As far as build quality, I would say they're right on par with each other, but you got to remember, this is metal, okay? So it's going to be heavier, and it does have more added value as far as build quality. I don't think you're going to be breaking any one of these anytime soon. I've dropped these several times, and I'm pretty sure these could withstand a couple of drops, you know, in everyday wear and tear. But let's see, if I had to choose one. Oh, by the way, you hear that? There's that clinky sound again. Okay, so for the price point, these are at retail. These are actually no, I don't know what these are at retail, but I know on Amazon.com you can get these for $199, whereas these are anywhere between $88 and $99. So for value, I would have to say go with the XB950s because you're getting a lot of bass, and if that's what you're looking for is a lot of bass, go with the XB950s. If you're looking for overall sound and clarity, spend the extra money and get the UFO Pros. You're not going to be disappointed. Actually, even with the UFOs, you're not going to be disappointed with what you hear. It's just that you know something else is out there. But so within your budget, you know, just find what works for you. Once again, these are about $100 or less on Amazon. These are $200 on Amazon. I have not seen these necessarily go on sale per se. So if you want the better value, I would say go with the XB950s. Even though when you spend the extra $100, you're getting 10 more speakers in here, and then you have to put up with some of the things that I mentioned as far as the blue light at night and the loud noise. Now these, they actually do fold up DJ style, and they do come with a carrying case. So they're much more transportable. I do appreciate that. But other than that, that's how I would rate those two neck and neck. I'm sorry, I probably wasn't very helpful in helping you making your decision in between these two. This one really just comes down to budget. If you've got an extra $100, I would say go for these. But if you don't, be all right with these because they're solid headphones. 2 years running, and still putting a lot of bass in the game. All right, now, here's something I've never seen on the internet before. I have scoured the internet and looked for a comparison between the Bluedio UFO Pluses and the Bluedio Victories. There ain't one, there's just individual reviews. I'm gonna tell you hands down, the Victories win this competition. I'm gonna save you the trouble. These are the things I look for. One was I couldn't tolerate that noise anymore. So we got a lot of noise here, and then we have almost no noise here. It's very, very, very subtle, okay? They both transport the same way, okay? They both transport DJ style, so you can flip them up. They both have 12 drivers, and they both have the same ear cup. Although for some reason, the ones I got were more comfortable right out of the box. The clamping force is still pretty strong, so you do have to break them in a little bit, but the ear cups felt really comfortable. The build quality is pretty much the same, but you can see structurally they are different. You see the Victory just looks more professional and wider, where these have a more sleek look. The branding is about the same as far as how much branding there is, although in some senses I feel like the Victories have a little less branding just because the font is smaller. But when you get onto the touch panel, okay, this is actually the controlling side of the headphone, and so is this. When you get to the controlling side, here we have those push buttons. Here we have swipe technology, so we have that built in. There is no centralized multifunction button or off button. It's right here on the side. You just flip it up and it's on, and then it connects. And the multifunction button is right here. And they both have different modes for EQ and things like that. So this is where we get into sound. I say hands down the Victories will win simply because they have the same amount of drivers, only I think they did a much better job here of utilizing all that sound power they have. Okay, so in the UFOs, these are bass-oriented headphones, meaning that you can still hear bass in the mids and highs. So they didn't completely separate the sound in all the drivers. You can still hear it. And once you go into the EQ modes that it has one extra EQ mode, and it adds more bass to the mids and highs. They're still pretty clear, but you can still tell that there's bass in there in that EQ setting. Now the Victories are totally separated. You're getting crystal clear and highs with no bass in them. Okay, and then you're getting your bass from the larger drivers in here. It's crystal clear. Now, if you do prefer that sound that you get out of the UFOs, then there's two EQ settings that you can hit with the multifunction button, and it'll actually make them sound just like it. Now, volume-wise, as far as cranking them up loud, the UFOs will be naturally louder, but it's only by just maybe a couple of decibels, maybe 5 or 6 decibels higher in the UFOs. But for overall sound quality and value and build and look, let me show you how they look on the head before I go there. All right, they still have that big gap there, but it's bridged out where it's kind of square, it's more rounded. But as far as overall package and definitely sound quality, I have to say go with the Victories. Now let me put these down because the Victories win, okay? Now with the Victories, you get a whole bunch of different options here. Not only do you get the swipe technology here, that's been real convenient for me, that light is gone, but then you get this sharing. In both headphones, you get the plug-in for a 3.5mm jack, but this can also be played via USB on your computer. I haven't tested whether it can be played via USB on a phone with the OTG cable, but also you can share via Bluetooth with a friend if they have the same type of headphones. Also, they can be daisy chained, so that's pretty awesome that you get that much value in these headphones. So these are definitely the overall winner. Let me bring these back up. Let's talk about price point. Right now, these are on Amazon for 150 bucks. And at the time of purchase, they were $189, where these were $199. These actually cost more. The UFO Pros actually cost more. Not sure why, being that I feel like these are the best headphones, and now these are on sale for 150. So go scoop them up if you got 150. Now let's take a look at all 4 headphones. All right, so you got the XB950s and the UFOs. I'm gonna take the UFOs out because they lost that battle between those two. And now we're stuck with these 3. Simply because of price versus value, I'm gonna have to kick out the UFO Pluses. Simply because they cost more and you get a better value in the Victories. So these are gone. So now it just comes down to Victory and XB950, okay? Now, in my opinion, it's kind of a landslide victory here. No pun intended. You got 15 drivers that are all optimized for what they're supposed to do. You got 2 drivers. Pretty well optimized, it's 2 drivers. Super bass headphones. Fantastic clean bass in these headphones. Build quality is definitely in the Victories. They're much heavier, but it's all metal design. And you just get the more luxurious professional look for literally $50 more. Okay, it's definitely worth the $50. These, in my opinion, are probably $300 to $400 headphones, whereas these, I would top them out right at $200. And you're getting a great deal if you pick up the Victories versus any other headphones in this lineup. So with that being said, the victory goes to Victories. Oh man, go out and get you some of these headphones if you got the change in your pocket. You will not be sorry. But don't let that discourage you from picking up any one of these, because any one of these is a great buy. If you already own any one of these headphones, you got some damn good headphones in my opinion. But if you got 150 bucks sitting around, go for the Victories. All right, check it out. I ain't never claimed to be an expert in this kind of stuff. I'm just doing reviews. But before I go, I'm gonna need y'all to tap on that like button and smash on that subscribe button, and I'll see y'all at the next one.